Today I'm going to show you how I replaced the deck pad on my stand-up paddleboard, and I've used the Mineral Turps method, which is a longer process. This is a process of soaking the pad in Mineral Turps for anywhere from sort of 10 to 12 hours. So a good job to do across a Saturday when you haven't got much to do. Make sure you're set up outside in a nice ventilated area. And you want to keep the pad consistently wet across the entire day. So pretty much every 2 hours I would come to the board and I would pour more turps right around every part of the pad, the edges, the middle, everywhere. You really want that turps to set in and really do its job of eating all of the goo underneath the pad. Here we are 12 hours later. I had already prepared with these spatulas thinking I was going to need these scrapers to get the pad off, but to my great surprise, it's amazing just how easily these pads will actually peel off. So here I am giving it a try, scrape, 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 nothing. Let me just see what happens when I try and peel it off. And look at that, it absolutely just peeled off effortlessly. I said I've done this process before and I knew that it would peel off this easy, but I just forgot just how simple it is to peel the pad off. And I peeled it off slowly so that I could try and take big chunks, which made it easy to dispose of the pad in the rubbish afterwards. But look at this, it just peels off. I'm literally not applying much pressure at all to get that pad to lift off, and it's worth the time to spend, just like I said, every 2 hours, come and put the turps on, covering the pad, and the turps just really eats into not just the pad on top, but also all of that goo underneath. And you're going to see in a second just how easy the goo came off. So here we go. Okay, so let me just show you what the board looks like with the pad gone, with just the goo left behind. It still feels very sticky. I'm still a bit nervous that the goo's not going to peel off, but look at this. It just absolutely peels off. There's no effort at all. It's a bit stringy. So my advice is to go slow with this part. What I didn't realize, if I just kept rolling, it actually rolled off in one piece. So it just literally peels off the board again with no effort at all. Okay, now that all the goo's off, time to get the Metholoated Spirits out. And I thought the metho was just going to clean up a little bit, tidy it, but I was quite surprised that the metho actually took all the remaining residue off the board. So I've given the rag a good soak with the metho here and really just tried to rub it in. Again, not applying much effort. I was really surprised just how well the metho took off all the last little bits of goo. And then our last cleaning product is the rubbing alcohol. This is the Isopropyl Alcohol. I can never pronounce that properly, but this is just to lift off any residue from the turps, any residue from the methylated spirits as well, and it just gave an absolutely beautiful shine and such a beautiful finish to the board. And it's worth just take a little bit of time before we get to the new pad, just cleaning up, getting all bits of residue off the board. And this is the completed job. The pad's gone, a little bit of discoloration from the old pad to the new pad, but the board's a bit old, but it just came up so smooth and just looks beautiful, that wood grain. There's a little bit of a blemish in the board there. Maybe it was a little bit of a ding, but the board's still watertight, so nothing to be too concerned but just look at the shine of how nice the board looks without a pad. And I wish we could have them without the pads because it looks so fantastic, but we'd slip right off our boards if we didn't have the grip pads. So it just came up way better than I thought. Okay, so now it's time to put the new pad on. In this process, you want to take your time. The sticky of the new pad, it's very sticky. So it's good to take your time, measure things out, know exactly where the pads need to go, have a little bit of a trial and error, put them in place. Before I took the sticky off, I actually just regular sticky taped everything into place just to see what it would look like before I then actually peeled the backing off and did it correctly. Because even within about 5 or 6 seconds of putting this stuff down, it doesn't want to peel off easy. So make sure you got it all in the right place. Take your time, have a good look, and then just back yourself and go, yep, this is where it's going to go. I'm going to stick it in place. And guys, that's it. That's my new deck pad put onto my old stand-up paddle board. And it looks fantastic. I love the different clash of colors here. I love to have a deck pad that looks a little bit different to other paddle boards on the water. But this is a really easy job to do. And you just take your time, get the materials that you need, and it's a fun experience doing it, knowing that you've replaced your stand-up paddleboard deck pads. So thanks so much for watching. Feel free to ask any questions, and I hope I can help you with this project on your own board.